across the board as well. So what we saw in the last one from Sakura Storm was it was actually the Sentinel change, right? It was the Killjoy and the Cypher that were making the difference. Now we see mirror matchup, and that's all about who is going to get it done. Now, both of these teams being in the grand finals, they do qualify, and I believe Ez5 was already in the event, so they're just playing to get their extra licks in. But as you stated, right, playing for the money. It's a best of 3, and first place will walk home with $750. Second place only going to grab $250. So all of it on the line here, getting your licks in, make sure you're staying hot, figuring everything out before that main event. And it looks like it is going to be an A push here from Sakura Storm, just as we saw in the last series.
Door closed and immediately breaking it open. They're playing for both plant here. And the thing is, Sakura Storm, they haven't committed to the site yet, so they'll back out. What they just did there was bait out a little bit of utility, and at basically no cost have kind of thrown Ez5 for a bit of a loop. They're going to be running their way over towards B, and this is where things are actually going to be consolidating. You see that Ez5 are going to be a little bit rattled by this, but they still have a good idea of where this push is going to actually take form, and now they need to hit their shot.
Yep, Sakura Storm looking more like Sakura Stampede as they jump onto the site, and J. Cruel kicks things off with an early kill. Now in the 4v5 as another door now taken down. Gucci picking up another. That spike will finally be planted. And decent post plant, right? You have 4 on the site here. 1 playing off over towards B main. Tereshra should have an angle. But they start to push up, and he's hearing everything as well as they push onto the site. They go good for 2. Governor and Gucci gonna pick those up, but traded back almost immediately. Ez5 on the back foot here as the heals come through. Reshra finds another, and it was the player playing out in B main to pick up a few kills, and Sakura Storm stay hot and grab round 1.
Wow. Honestly, beautiful round to start things off here. Sakura Storm felt like they had the lead from start to finish because they found that opening kill. But really, what kind of made it even more crazy is that Reshra was just sitting in B main, as you mentioned, for the whole time. That Lear that he had available didn't really find even that much use. It didn't blind anybody as far as I'm aware, but he just hit some wild shots, getting 2 kills in that round. Sakura Storm, quite obviously, they go up in this first, and Ez5, they won't be forcing things up here because it was a little bit more of a slaughter. They want to keep it on these classics only, and they're going to be going for a little bit more of a cheeky setup, playing close outside B main, not going to be fully cleared by the drone, and they'll be pushing right into B, and there's the first victim. TCAS is down.
If TCAS down, and I mean, if you blinked, you missed it here, right? Reshra going to pick up a couple more. Bearcoon getting on the board, making sure that nobody in this one stays 0 kills for however long Mochila did in that last series. Now, Gucci on the way out is able to pick up 1, maybe net a gun. No, Bearcoon will find a second kill, and I would think that we just continue to see Sakura Storm pound this beat site, because not only in that last series was it working, and it only being pissed around in that next buy round here coming through, I think it's still going to work in this one. Ez5 need to go back to the drawing boards and figure out how they can play this. And it's looking like Leviathan, you buy the Odin, you spray down B main, and hopefully can hold it down here.
Yeah, I mean, now it's going to be a really good tester to see how they deal against Sakura Storm. Artillery diff here, as you can see. There's stingers across the board. There is the exception of the Bucky and Bearcoon's hands, as well as a Spectre. But for the most part, you know, kind of an outclassing. But I think they're going to be, I was going to say, right on cue, actually. The lockdown's probably going to be used, but it's incredibly early that it's popped. They didn't even try to force a default or anything. They don't want to work pick. They want to immediately execute towards B, because as you mentioned, Tanner, they've been damn good at it. But this time, there's definitely a spanner thrown into the works. Leviathan, with that Odin, finds 2 kills, just entering the site. Now tossing the drone has potential for a 3rd. Nats will take that one away. Like it's still planted, but the round is just about done.
Yep, just about over as Governor goes over the top, taken down, but TCAS will close things out. At the beginning of the round, I wanted to say maybe a little disrespectful from Sakura Storm. I know that typically you win the first 2, you just hang on to what you have, even against those rifles. But do you continue to do that when it's just stingers? That was I think Sakura Storm was not long for this world in that round, and that was Leviathan, right, with the Odin, kind of getting backed away because of that lockdown, but still getting so much value. It was a kill into B main, backs away, a beautiful arrow, and then that wallbang kill through that switch house to find another on the site. So not the wallbang I was expecting, but the wallbang that I wanted.
wallbang that they needed
Yes.
as well. Drone was also there just to provide some info and allow their teammates to play behind it. So beautiful use of the Sylvie utility there. It has been, you know, kind of a similar story for most of today for Ez5. They have done a beautiful job just completely crushing everybody and obviously have made their way to the grand final without the result. But, you know, you're talking how maybe it was a little bit kind of an ego move from Sakura Storm to try to make that bonus round happen, but at least there is some good that comes from it. They take down, I think, like 1 or 2 players, and yet they're still able to buy into this next round. And that is going to be relatively major because now they're going to that default that I was expecting to see out of Sakura Storm. Nice attempt. You know, I appreciate that they're going for a quick execute towards B. That lockdown being used incredibly early still has plenty of time to be built up once more from Bearcoon. So, you know, Sakura Storm, they've kept their options open. And as they go for a mid-B split here, Ez5 now have to hit a couple of great shots. Sakura Storm, this default has worked out great for them, Tam.
Yep, default working out well as they storm back once more onto this B site. J. Cruel gonna find the first kill. That's Governor down, who unfortunately has fallen flat a couple of times
30 seconds
early
left.
in this series. Spike now planted and a man advantage for Sakura Storm as Ez5 to look to push back on. Leviathan looking for those wall bangs, but have to back away and take a bit of time to get that reload coming on through. Unfortunately, that belt doesn't reload as quickly as the rest of these guns, and he's just gonna charge right on in. He's inside the smoke. Resher trying to trade it back, and now at this point, Ez5, you just have to send it. You're starting to run out of time here as he comes out, peeking to the left, gets shot from the right. CK's gonna trade it back. Bearcoon, though, goes good for 2 on the site, and now it's all up to Nats, but it's just not possible. J. Cruel once more coming out on top, finding another kill. The B hit keeps happening, and it just keeps working, Ito.
It's beautifully played. Again, it was more than just a B hit there. The fact that they had a lot of mid control and were able to make that into a pretty great split and not have to use that much utility as well, mind you, it made that post plant so difficult for Ez5. I mean, you saw how basically Leviathan had to push through one of the smokes from Runner PS just to actually try to get through and have a chance to spray down a couple of players with the Odin. But if he's going to be pushed away from the site for the entire time, I mean, good luck trying to get anything that's not a wallbang or a lucky kill through smoke. That's just beautiful util usage from Sakura Storm, and one of the big reasons they've made it this far in the qualifier. Now they're looking again to play for $750, the lion's share of the $1,000 prize pool. And Ez5, well, they've definitely brought the fight, but I don't think it's this round that they're going to be really competitive. They have a pretty lackluster arsenal behind them. They do have the Ares in play, but no drone to try to tag and wallbang a player through, as it's been used towards mid and there's no follow-up behind it.
There's been a couple of times where Leviathan has used that drone through mid, that owl drone, and almost threatened the wallbang through those mid arches. As Reshra gonna kick things off, dismiss away. Full HP, feeling pretty good after that one. Now in a 5v4. We saw how this one played out before. Sakura Storm gonna be headed towards B site once more, having that player advantage. But the Ares in a different angle here is gonna get spotted out and spots one in return. The dash comes through, and J. Cruel trying to take down the LMG, but Bearcoon through the smoke, the spray down, and I talked about it last series. It's just a game of Feels Bad Man. This one being a round of Feels Bad Man for Ez5. Now J. Cruel gonna hold things down as that spike gets planted, and in the 3v5, almost running out of time. Sakura Storm should be able to close things out.
Should, no doubt. I don't even think they really have a chance of winning this Ez5 unless they get a miracle here. I'm pretty sure they're going to be playing for exit frags here. Try to make this as, you know, try to make Sakura Storm as bankrupt as possible, quite honestly. You see where they're playing right now. They're hoping to get something for free, but no dice. Sakura Storm will eventually break through. Moving towards CT, sprays through the smoke with Mochilla to find the final blow. But all in all, Sakura Storm, they even take down Ez5's best attempt at just trying to cause economical damage. And that really has to sting.
Yeah, Sakura Storm, they're gonna they're okay with that flawless round in the last series. Once more for Sakura Storm, they were getting this plants, they were playing good defense. The problem afterwards was, yeah, you win the round, but at what cost, right? We saw multiple times that their economy, even after winning rounds, was in a bad spot. This time, coming into this series, they've cleaned that up quite a bit. They're up 4-1, and they're still looking incredibly pretty. It's all Gucci, all Louis, everything for that Sakura Storm roster. I mean, you see 8,300 credits on Runner, and I'm really enjoying seeing everybody start to come into form. As Governor just barely going to go wide on that shot. Bearcoon with another lockdown, possibly just baiting this one out as they look to rotate back towards this B site. And they've actually baited out that rotate, only into market for now, but they'll be trying to push him off to the side as Leviathan with that Hunter's Fury. Not going to find too much there. He hears a bunch, and Nat's going to find the first kill. That's Rashura down. So now it's Sakura Storm on the back foot this time around as they head over towards this B site. J-Cruel going to push on up, evens the odds on the Nat, but he doesn't spot out the Odin. J-Cruel goes up top and takes a bit of damage on the way down on Leviathan. Takes down Bearcoon. I talked about everybody coming to form, but now they're starting to fall as J-Cruel with precision accuracy picks that up towards market. The spike now planted, and Governor having a hard time getting onto this side as he smokes out. He's got the blade. He goes wide right, and Mochilla sits him down. I said they had the advantage, but Ez5, it all starts to fall apart from the blink of an eye. Now in a 1v2, that spike not planted for you, Mochilla. You just have to send it here as they are just going to hold the defuse, and against all odds, Ez5 pick up another round here. Not expecting it, but Gucci on site. Kaz on site, picking up a couple of kills. Now cutting that deficit in half here. Ez5 regain control of the reins.
Absolutely crazy round that was. It started with the lockdown from Bearcoon to try to bring a rotate through, and they succeeded. But the peel, in particular Leviathan, that was such a massive early entry frag to find. But I think actually the big issue there was Reshura pushing towards J-Cruel's smoke. That's usually a position that you see J-Cruel try to occupy by that little switch to eke out an early kill either by CT or Twitch. But really the big issue is that Reshura kind of was sitting in the smoke and accidentally, you know, clipped partially in, and he couldn't see anything. And so he's got taken down for free. J-Cruel also was only able to find 2 kills from his position. Did a good job at trading, but you needed a big play there. Ez5 had so many tools to work with in their arsenal, and they still have plenty. They only used 2 ultimates for that round, which is massive. Now Sakura Storm, a good amount of ultimates in their pocket as well, mind you, have to deal now against the lockdown. This has the potential to be real scary because there is aggressive A control. It shuts down parts of this map. What Sakura Storm really need to do right now is force the issue by tree. And I think they're going to be doing that because look at where they're starting to path.
And the Killjoy is about to meet up as Resha pushes on through, takes a bit of damage, but they know one is there. A couple more to follow as they rotate back on out. Governor actually going to find a kill here, and Bearcoon on the lurk goes huge. It was only a matter of time before those 2 Killjoys met. They finally do it again, and just when you thought, Ito, they were going A, they go back to B. They make it work once more, but now it's a 4v4 post-plant coming on through here. Everybody back on this site except for one. It's Reshura back towards B main. It's J-Cruel on the flank as well, picking up another kill as the odds once more get evened. Kaz doing his due diligence to clear everything out. Alarmbot gonna spot him out. We'll see if they can take him down. The ultimates available aren't necessarily great ones unless Reshura wants to use that Empress. The defenders working against the clock as both Reynas get on the board. Bearcoon anchored on the site. Runner finds one. Kaz finds another. Kaz needs to go clutch right now. He's running out of time. He fakes it. A fuse. The spray comes through. Runner finds the kill, and it's Runner to clutch once more.
How many times has Runner on the side of Sakura Storm just single-handedly saved rounds? I feel like he's always clutching, and he's always on the winning end of it. Again, another crazy round from Sakura Storm that, considering they found that early kill towards B, I mean, that completely shifted up the script. I thought for sure they were going to try to eke a kill out over towards A main, or not towards A main, excuse me, towards Tree Room. But the fact that Bearcoon was able to find that one totally flipped up the mid-round schedule, I suppose you could say, from Sakura Storm. And at the end of the day, it once again kind of had to rely on a lurk to save the day once more. J-Cruel was fundamentally huge in that position. It's just absolutely unreal how these rounds are shifting back and forth. But eventually, Sakura Storm break through. They're 5 rounds to the good, and they have broken the economy once more. VC5. More sheriffs in play for them, and well, they're 1 man to the good, but there has been a good amount of early fatalities for now. They've eked out the ult orb, and it's going to be all quiet on the Western Front as they now try to look for another kill. At this point, Ez5, you know, Sakura Storm are going to be expecting them to push, so look how passive they're playing as a result. This is smart by them.
Yeah, I mean, it was storming onto the sites over and over. That was kind of the game plan. And at this point in the game, 8 rounds in, you have to assume that they're coming B once more as the rotations come on through. Smokes go out, and TKaz already having 1 kill with that Sheriff, looking for some more. To the back of the site, J. Cruel actually spots the leg. TKaz finds another kill onto Bearcoon. There's a new Sheriff in town. His name is TKaz. Mochilla off the site, gonna pick one up. Everybody else just gets mowed down as they try and get on this site to stop that plant. Sakura Storm picking up a round they're expected to win because of the economy, but Ez5, they have to figure out a way to make it work, Ito, because the credits, they're looking at another round of Sheriffs if they lose this.
Yeah, but they have brought out the Odin, and Leviathan has been, all in all, pretty solid. I think the 3-7 scoreline might be a little bit deceiving, but you know, a lot of times when they've run B early, they have been shut down by Leviathan, or at least threatened in that position. But Sakura Storm have been able to just pull off the same thing time and time again. That round was no different, even though it was against pistols. They once again had J. Cruel just path over towards Switch. The next round has already begun, and it's going quickly. Rusher finds the opening kill, and has found a bunch of information onto the player backing the site. Ez5, talk about a change of pace, and they have no idea how to deal with it. Sakura Storm are just suffocating right now.
Yeah, absolutely suffocating Ez5, and it's all over the B site again. The Empress was used, but it was played perfectly. Now Leviathan gonna go good for one with the Odin in hand. As that lockdown comes through, trying to push everybody off the site. Gucci gonna pick one on to Rashura, looks for another. He could get the lockdown. Site, not gonna get too much there. Didn't get the lockdown, just as you said, Ito. Now they're pushed into the back. Some way, somehow, though, it's all up to Nats. Now a 1v2. He knows one inside of B main. It's Mochilla there. He goes for the spray down. 15 rounds in the mag, but Mochilla clutches it out. And just when things were looking good for Ez5, Sakura Storm, they wave their finger, they clap their hands, they rub the lantern for the genie to come out, and they grant a wish here. Another round picked up, 7-2, and this is far from what I was expecting here.
Ez5. Again, maybe they're a little bit tired by a long day. God, that round could have been so scary, though. Mochilla was just a tiny bit off of getting that lockdown. Luckily, it didn't hit the back of Boathouse, and those 2 players were able to stay, you know, safe and snug inside there. But my God, it could have easily gone haywire if that Killjoy ultimate was a little bit more effective. But it's surprising. Sakura Storm have really not even done anything fundamentally crazy. There's actually a much better lockdown, now that I think about it, and this one's going to be kind of the Chad ultimate here. Look how much it forces the defenders to back up. Ez5, they've rotated over, but my God, they're not going to get much space because of it.
Yeah, and can we talk real quick before the rest of this round kind of falls apart? Governor, though, picks up one, so he'll be able to net himself a weapon as he pushes on up through mid. Can't really say the same about the rest of the squad, but Bearcoon, Braincoon coming through, placing that lockdown up high. You saw that it was Leviathan trying to spray it through the wall, but he didn't know the positioning on it, so absolutely huge. Is now Governor with a weapon not his own, gonna pick up 3, trying to turn things around here, looking for another round for Ez5. One spotter on site, J. Cruel gonna sit him down. What goes up must come down, says the opposition, as J. Cruel gonna match a 3K with a 3K. Now Kaz has to do something crazy. He doesn't know somebody's behind him, and it's Runner PS once more to close things out.
These have been some wild rounds, and again, just to go back to your point real quick, what you're talking about regarding that lockdown, that's something you've been seeing a couple of more players as time has gone by, is trying to set up that lockdown on top of like an elevated position. It's exactly for the reason that you mentioned. It's to avoid spam, and it's kind of tough to pull off as well. So the fact that he was able to do it when there's a little bit of pressure mounted is important, because you'll see players even in like tier 1 games occasionally mess that up. So that's important. It really does make a pretty big difference in the grand scheme of things. Once again, Ez5 were forced into really unfortunate positions, and I wish maybe that Hunter's Fury could have been used to take it down, because now it's come online for Ez5, but really a lot for what you see it used for nowadays is to take down lockdowns. But such a versatile ult, I could still see it being useful in this one. But they need to start turning this around about now. It is a best of 3, and this is the map pick of Sakura Storm, but Ez5 have not shown up for this game, and I don't want to have to wait till map 2 to actually see them come online as much as I want to see Split.
Yeah, and this is Ascent is a map too that, I mean, feels fairly balanced. Typically, every team has a pretty good win percentage on Ascent since it's been released, and you know, there haven't been a whole handful of changes like we've seen in the other maps. So this one is, we jump back online. I do want to kind of go back. The Hunter's Fury have kind of been lackluster in this game from both sides, and I wonder if, when I believe it was Mochilla who used his Hunter's Fury from B main and tried to get the lockdown, I wonder if it was also placed kind of in an elevated position. I don't think we got eyes on that one.
It was on the box
very well.
CT. I think it was
there.
A
It
little
is.
bit.
Yeah, so I mean, it just perfect to set that up to make sure that Hunter's Fury can't be a tool against it to counter that ultimate. Now things slowed down here in this one as Nats pushes up. The Killjoy's gonna find each other this time around, though. It's Nats to come out on top over Bearcoon and Ez5. Looking to sneak on up into the driver's seat at the very least for round 11. The Empress gonna be popped as the Lear comes through. A dart as well, that recon bolt. They're trying to do everything they can, throwing it all at Tree. As Kaz locks things down on site, the Aqua goes wide, and J. Cruel gonna clean out a site. Leviathan from across the map just can't get anything done. J. Cruel gonna find the plant, and now the only man standing for this squad. He spots one pushing out. He tries to spray transfer, but Nats sits him down, and what a round from the Killjoy for Ez5. The defuse comes through, and they're looking to get the best they can now. Down 8-2, now 8-3.
8-4 would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Ez5, slowly but surely, at least they're starting to get a bit more of control in these rounds, even though they have, for the most part, been big L's. They have at least kept things competitive. That one was pretty great. I mean, that's, of course, the obvious highlight there, but the fact that Gucci was able to stay alive for such a long time towards Tree Room and actually was able to buy a lot of time even without using the paranoia. I think Sakura Storm were a bit afraid to push as a result. There's so many moving parts in that round. J. Cruel just going wild to take the site basically by himself and kind of left everybody else to clear up everything else. And Tree, I don't know, it's just like a very strange push from Sakura Storm that this time Ez5 are able to punish and come out on top of. And now a little bit more of an emphasis on Tree Room from Ez5 as they have completely abandoned the site itself and will be shifting a majority of their firepower to watch this area. A recon bolt will go out once again from Mochilla, and the push begins yet again. Again, so many moving parts. It feels like I'm a broken record, but Sakura Storm, I say they are great when they move this quick. And it's a prophecy that always seems to come true, man.
And now Leviathan has since rotated over. Drone gonna get some info, but you have to assume everybody just about on this side. Bearcoon on the flank here, over towards that Tree Room catwalk area. Underneath Heaven, a couple will stand for Sakura Storm, and they're just buying time. It's exactly what they need to do. On top of the box, Governor will go. He's gonna find one right next to Leviathan, and unfortunately, it's not enough. Bearcoon and Runner to clean things up once more, and it just looks so good. Now, what looks so bad is that was on attack for Sakura Storm, where I thought in the last series, they didn't look the best. They gave up a few rounds. They were kind of losing momentum. Now they get to just hunker down on defense, and they've got an astonishing lead here. 9-3, up 6 rounds. You win this pistol, you're going up some more. And then at the end of the day, again, you're on defense. So this is a very scary spot for Ez5 to be here at the half.
Yeah, and this is a scoreline that's very familiar for Sakura Storm as well. They've been up 9-3 previously, and they were able to close it out, only conceding 4 more rounds. But, you know, as you mentioned, Tanner, that was on the attacking side. So, bit of a change of pace, change of form here. Ez5, with 4 players situated outside A main and no dice with that dart tag. Mochilla falls back without any big information. I would expect this to be a burst from Ez5 through, but keep in mind that they do have a Silva who's lagging behind a considerable amount. He could become a factor very late.
Spike planted.
Spike down without hesitation.
I was wondering where he was going to go at that fork, but it looks like he just wants to link up over towards A main. I was thinking maybe up towards Catwalk, where 3 members do find themselves for Sakura Storm. Nats now headed that direction, is going to spot out one. So again, the Killjoys find each other over towards mid this time around, and the spike's planted. So Sakura Storm, they have to go for it here as a couple of kills come through. As I say it, it's blue for 3. Now Ez5 on the back foot. Nat's trying to do everything he can off of this site. Resh, we're going to push on through. A kill to come down, but they've got the defuse going through, and Sakura Storm the A site, storm the Ez5 roster, only lose 1 as they go to double digits.
Forgive me if I'm wrong here, but was that not a bad idea to try to push door in that situation? I wouldn't be surprised if I like missed something big that happened, but they just immediately started taking fights over towards door as soon as it broke open, and that felt like the big killer for them. As you mentioned, blue for 3, but Ez5, I mean, at least towards the end they had a bit of a crossfire towards A main, but it felt like maybe a bit too frag hungry. It's easy to say everything from the big seat, but Ez5, this is not the kind of form I was expecting to see out of them. I'll be real. I'll give it another go though. Quick B push. Daring today, aren't we? We've seen the B site just get so much attention, Tanner, and this will be no exception.
Yeah, after today, B is going to be the first letter of the alphabet for me, but the spray down comes through. That's the spike on the ground, so they have to retrieve that should they want to plant. Ochilla on the back. It's all up to TCAS. He dismisses to survive for a moment longer. Unfortunately, that's just not enough here. Now 11-3. It was a pistol round. It was a rush B. You just had to send it. If there was ever a time to come online, it's right now in the rifles, because we know, and everybody should probably know, Sakura Storm, they're fine to hang on to these stingers. They're not looking to force too much here in this round.
And it's going to become, a little bit more difficult to actually hold the line when you only have stingers. You know, if you're on attack, you can try to cheese a site. It's what we saw in the first half of play, and although it didn't work out too grandly for them, despite them investing a lockdown. Whoa, okay. J. Cole just brought out the operator, and the rest of the team has stingers. Wow, that is quite the investment to make. Is he close to knives? I have to imagine that's why he did. Well, I'll have to see. Okay, no, he's only halfway there.
He's just saying.
This is wild. Okay, this changes everything up here. Sakura Storm, at least getting good use out of it so far. They have found that first kill, TCAS, but Bearcoon now has to hold the line with a stinger and a dream. I'm not feeling too confident about this one, I'll be completely honest, and that's why Governor just gets 3 out of seemingly nowhere, and Sakura Storm are now going to have a really crazy buy for this next one. Good kill.
Yeah, a fort to come through. I will say it is unfortunate for J. Cruel that absolutely nutty shot he hit was on that recon bolt back towards defender. Spawned the bolt, went back, and he like no-scoped it. So that was sick and could maybe make it up on the highlight reel. Unfortunately, the rest of the round for Sakura Storm can't, right? Ez5, they punish, and I don't want to call it disrespect, but they punish that yard sale buy coming through from Sakura Storm. They hung onto the stingers, and I mean, both times we've seen that's what happened.
Sorry, just to cut you off real quick, I think they actually do have a big play here. If they play for Orb, I want to see them take B main control super hard here. This would actually provide him basically a gun in the form of their arms. This is a really great move from Sakura Storm. I'm sorry, back to you, but this could change everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As you said, those blades now queued up. That turret not gonna get too much, but J. Cruel from downtown, he put the hoodie back on after being quiet in the last game, and he picks up 2. Governor gonna silence J. Cruel once more as Runner and Gucci gonna get on the board here. Both Omens gonna grab a couple of kills for themselves, and Governor maybe cordoned off here. He's able to use that smoke to head on out, but it is a 3v2. Up towards mid they go, and spots one out. The spike headed on over to this B site. It's a completely clear B site, but it'll be a 3v2 retake in favor of Sakura Storm. So they go for it, and Mochilla cuts that team in half with the shot star, finds another. An absolute madman. Somebody get Ninja over here, because that was fishy from the Sova from Sakura Storm. Ez5 just cannot catch a break.
I'm just going to let that one
30 seconds left.
Well, it's a 1v3 for Gucci. The Killjoy ultimate down 2, and once again, it's placed on top of that lamp, so it will be even more deadly than usual, and nigh unkillable. Gucci goes for the miracle play, but there is no miracle on ice here. It will be 12 rounds for Sakura Storm. Again, brilliant call. I love the fact that they pushed for Ult Orb there. It's not mind-blowing. It's not like something that has never been seen before in Valorant, mind you, but God, talk about like cause and
Match
effect,
point.
man. I was so suspicious of that op buy, but the fact that he just got 1 kill enabled that play to happen. Now J. Cruel's on 23 kills. He has absolutely zero shortage of frags right now. Yard sale buy for Ez5, also potentially the last of Ascent. We will be moving on to Icebox after this, so it's not the end of the world if Ez5 drop this, especially since they've already guaranteed a spot in the main event. But, you know, playing for pride, playing for practice, for licks, as you would say, as well as a little bit of money. So, definitely see this stay competitive. That's for sure, Tanner.
And now they're just sending it all. The Empress, the Nano Swarms, the dash onto site with the blades. PCA's gonna find the first onto Runner. Governor gonna find another. So the duelist completely online here for Ez5 as they storm this A site. And they don't have a whole lot to send now after this round, but at the very least, they're looking to take us 12-5. It's all up to J. Cruel and Mochilla. Both players have been hot in this series. J. Cruel gonna open things up with the first. I'm sorry, Mochilla. J. Cruel off the site has an operator. No real way in for that jet. There's a bit of information given. There's a right click from the classic. Yeah, Dart coming up soon and a Hunter's Fury, but it looks like Mochilla wants to hang on to that. No, he goes good for a 3K. Not going to find the next one underneath Heaven. Low HP is the Omen, but Leviathan peeks the corner. J. Cruel caught off guard, and Ez5 take us 5-12. Still an uphill battle, still a long ways to go, but they have a lockdown. They've got that from the shadows, so they have a bit of utility they can use in this one.
Incredibly spooky round, too. Sakura Storm nearly managed to bring that one back. Actually, apologies. Mochilla nearly managed to bring that one back, but at the end of the day, Ez5, they had the players to work off of, plus they had some great crossfires to finish up that round. And so you're definitely seeing them come online a little bit, but it's what you said before, Tanner. I mean, 7 match points in a row just to bring it to OT. It is a very long uphill battle. I'm not really sure if Ez5 are up for the task. Great off angle by T-Cause. That is not something you see all too often. Camping that corner, plus an aggressive drone through. I mean, that is just an uncommon combo that has worked out perfectly for the aggressors.
And Ez5, they sniff out Bucky Coon over towards A. They're going to completely concede that site, especially after picking one up. And I like this idea, although they are going to run into Mochilla, and we'll see what he can get done with a tight angle held and a stinger in hand. There's the dink, but unfortunately against Arena, doesn't mean too much. Should be able to just heal up here. And this eco round starting to look exactly like that for Sakura Storm. Down 3 members, or down 2 members now, only a 3v5. And I was thinking that maybe we see something over towards that A site once more, but B is going to be the call over and over with the spike planted. I think Sakura Storm. Now you just got to send it. Governor trying to go through. There's the running spray down. Absolutely. Tens out of the Valorant picture, but still living on through the running spray down in the Phantom. It is a flawless round, 6-12. It's looking okay. But now we got rifles for Sakura Storm, Ito, and maybe once they stop messing around a little bit, it looks like they're having some fun, right? It was the operator round 3. It was Bearcoon in a 3v1 using the lockdown, right? They're kind of just having a good time with it. Now I think here in this one, they close things out.
You would have to imagine, but, you know, Ez5, they made it this far for a reason. They are going to be setting up for a flash and dash play. Are they? Wait, what are they setting up for right now? That paranoia isn't going to be used, right? What are they doing? That was weird. That is not a typical setup you see, but they've harkened back to reality. I thought for sure they were going to try to do something towards A main, but they've conceded it entirely and focused their efforts towards Catwalk. So, I mean, Sakura Storm, already a player down, now have to play from behind. The Ez5, they've kept their options open as well. They have tons to work with here. Obviously, all the util plus some amazing ultimate to play. By all means, this round, I'm not going to say it's already over, but they have a ton of great things going for them. It's going to be hard for me to find a way for Sakura Storm to somehow take this one back. Maybe still playing around? Who knows?
Recon bolts traded out. Paranoia as well. Hunter's Fury going to come down. So now once more, all the utility thrown out towards this A site as Leviathan picks up a tag, but not going to find a kill. As they are a member up, they storm onto the A site, and it will be another Sakura Storm retake here in a 4v5. Make it a 3v5 as Governor goes aggressive. Another one from Kaz. as the duelists keep picking up these kills off the back end to keep Ez5 in the game here. They've got their match point buff on Ez5. And in a 2v4, this should be an easy round to close out. 7-12. Again, it's not looking great. You're still backs against the wall. You have to win every single round here on out just to play for overtime. But Ez5 aren't giving up just yet.
I respect it. They have a lot of drive to keep going for this. Again, you have to think about the mental game as well. How it started, where you are now, the will to keep fighting. I don't know. Long story short, Ez5, they're still in this, but by the skin of their teeth. We will be moving on to Icebox regardless, but that will be their last chance for the qualifier if they want to make some big bank. Otherwise, they're going home with, well, I would say only 250, but that's still a decent chunk of change, I suppose. Sakura Storm will probably be saving into this round here. We see the Buckies brought out, and they do have those two saved rifles, excuse me. I don't really know if they have a good enough economy to force up behind it. Yeah, not exactly. Let's see what they have here. They have the operator from J. Crew. Okay, they've got to be having fun with it now, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
a hero
glass
operator.
cannon. Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay, I respect it. J. Crew's nutty. Not nutty enough. Okay.
No. Well, and unfortunately, with no armor, it just takes a few shots to the body with that Blade Storm. As TCAS, that buff still true here. A beautiful strafe there to pick up that kill. Now the spike going to be planted on this B site, and it's a 2v4. It's Sakura Storm once more, probably going to find themselves looking at another save. Bucky Coon holding a tight angle over towards Market, not going to be able to get too much there, as Runner going to cover the rest.
Yeah.
And as I said, a save. Yeah, looking to just run away from this.
Well, the Bucky could be a very nice weapon in this post plant. Oh. Okay, if he gets tagged, maybe not so much, but... Oh, wait, I think that dart missed. Yeah, didn't get spotted. No matter.
Enemy remaining.
Doesn't even get a kill for their trouble. That sucks. Oh, wow. Rough times, quite honestly. Especially at the end there, but... I mean, the round was done anyway. This just kind of, I guess, a salt in the wound. This surely should be a save at this point, because I'm pretty sure, you know, everybody on Sakura Storm is going to have to take out alone at this point. So, not even a yard sale buy, man. This is going to be, I don't know, something even worse. I don't have a fancy analogy for it.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yard sale buy definitely is a bit of an overstatement, like you said, for this one. Yeah, bargain. They're thrift shopping for this one to see what they can get, and they've got a couple members that could buy, but in a situation now where you fooled around a little bit and it started to look bad, right? And so things are getting scary. You just have to play things default. It is Governor gonna pick one up head on over onto the site. Doesn't clear out towards Generator. Will finally spot one, but he doesn't get spotted himself some way, somehow. Runner will pick one up before falling, but Governor with a nice couple of kills opens up a site. The spike will get planted, and it's Stingers. It's Sakura Storm. Name a better duo here. We'll see if they can pick something up. Both duelists still alive. Smoke still available for J. Crew as well, and full utility for Reshura. Should they choose to send this one? Low HP on one as that recon break gets down. Spots him out as Reshura picks up the kill onto Leviathan. And I think this one's just going to fall by the wayside once more. They could probably look to pick up a Ninja Defuse or something here. Maybe some exit frags on the way out. You got a Stinger. I think maybe you just, you know, you die by the blade here. You just broke an arrow. You die to the spike. Worst case, it is going to be dying to the hands of Gucci and Governor and Ez5. They inch us closer to an overtime. And we were talking, maybe we jinxed it, Ito, because we were saying, wow, we didn't expect this. Ez5 kind of just rolling over and dying in this one. But what a way to come back and make this a series. Even if we don't make it to overtime, this has been incredibly exciting. And Sakura Storm looking incredibly shaky after losing a bit of momentum. 5 rounds in a row they've lost.
It's crazy. It's night and day. I mean, Ez5 are doing to Sakura Storm what Sakura Storm did to them. Yeah. And what I think, it's like, it's paralleling in a lot of ways, because they're getting the spike down without even having to use that much utility, and they're able to dump it for basically the entire post plant. Right there, Sakura Storm couldn't even attempt to retake because there was a smoke after smoke after smoke after smoke. And look, it's about to be the same thing here. Another smoke has been used in the immediate, At least they won't push behind it this time, so that is at least a consolation prize for Sakura Storm. But now they need to kind of play this game of whack-a-mole and find out where they're looking to go next. Full util set and a majority of the players from Sakura Storm over towards A. But EZ5 are having some second thoughts. They have that from the shadows available, so a fake would be possible, or maybe even a TP to the back of Boathouse and then try to push him behind that. Plenty of options for EZ5. That is probably the most succinct way you can put it. Sakura Storm, they need to find an early kill here. That's their chance, and that has completely opened things up here. Tanner, things have gotten real scary now.
Yeah, J. Cool finally finding that opening pick. Not going to find the next, but he has the blades available. Paranoia goes through as the smokes go down. The spike going to be planted. There's 2 back here. I'm not too sure if they're aware of that. No, there's 3 back here as Runner has joined the fight, and J. Cool will find a 4K. Now TCAS, he's been huge the last half of this game. He's going to get sprayed down through the sidewalk. He has to just send it for the defuse, but it will finally be Sakura Storm. They let 5 go. They reel it back in for a 13